Every time the master is controlled by his inner demons, he vents his frustration on his little disciple. On the full moon day, the little disciple went out alone, wanting to escape. The master walked around, looking around because previously, during this time, the master would return. However, the marks from the last time had not yet faded. The little disciple was someone who transmigrated into the book Thursday Tien. The liucong in this book is a very mysterious character, rarely appearing. In the future, the master would die and become the bright moonlight in the heart of the protagonist. Walking aimlessly, he didn't know when he arrived there. Thinking of every time the master tied him up, he felt angry. So this time, he decided to run away and let the master worry. The little disciple ran barefoot on the grass, looking for a place to hide, when he suddenly felt a familiar aura. He nervously swallowed, thinking to himself, "Not good." When he turned around, he indeed saw that the master had found him. Clearly very angry, moreover, there were signs of demonic possession on his forehead and face. The demonic patterns on his forehead and those runes were what the master's inner self longed for. The little disciple felt that something big was about to happen. The little disciple decided that fleeing was the best option. But as he took a step back, the master, Huin Lang, quickly noticed. Huin Lang stretched out his hand, casting a rope that flew toward Nam Thursday, quickly subduing him. Little Nam Thursday was furious, but contrary to him, the master felt happy again, thinking that tying him up was indeed better. The master in an uncontrolled state and the master in a clear-headed state were two completely opposite conditions. Each time they had such intimate contact, it made the little disciple feel uncomfortable. After tying Nam Thursday up, Huin Lang excitedly pulled him close, wanting to proceed with intimacy. However, when he reached out and touched Nam Thursday's lips, he stopped. Nam Thursday, still confused and not understanding what was happening, saw the master take out a jar of ointment and apply it to his lips, quickly healing the wound. Afterward, the master stared at Nam Thursday, demanding a reward. Nam Thursday, still in shock and not understanding, saw the other man's face darken. So, Nam Thursday had no choice but to offer his lips to appease the angry master. They shared a long kiss, and when they finally separated, Nam Thursday's entire face was red, not daring to look directly at the master. In the previous world, Nam Thursday was an Omega. A good friend had introduced him to this 18-plus novel. As his friend said, within the novel was the type of person he liked, but that person was not the main character. It was the person in front of him. Each time they had intimate contact during the full moon, Huin Lang particularly liked to bite Nam Thursday's neck. He didn't know why, but at that moment, Nam Thursday felt a bit regretful. If only the master treated him like this when he was sober, it would be wonderful. Currently, it was just physical contact driven by instinct. Each time the master tied him up, he remembered those terrible memories. Thinking of this, Nam Thursday suddenly felt both wronged and angry. He struggled and said, "Let me go," yelling at the master to untie him. Throughout the whole process, the master pretended not to hear anything. Gradually, the little disciple understood this strange personality of the master. As long as he acted coquettishly and said it hurt, the master would immediately let him go. This method always worked, probably because of those past memories. Hearing the little disciple say it hurt, the master gently took his hand and blew on it. The little disciple blushed from this action of the master, shyly saying it didn't hurt anymore. So, the master obediently followed the little disciple, but Nam Thursday accidentally led the master to a place he often frequented. After this, he would have no place to hide. But first, he still had to make medicine for the protagonist. Even so, the master really loved this protagonist. Nam Thursday was just a side character with little screen time, but when he opened the drawer containing the medicine, he found that all the prepared medicine had been eaten by that flower, leaving only a little bit. After transmigrating into the book, Nam Thursday had gained a special skill, so making medicine was very easy for him. He only needed to look at the progress bar and control his spiritual power to perfectly create the medicine. Since entering, the master had been standing quietly by his side, meditating, but the flower that the little disciple was resisting refused to stay put. It extended its tendrils toward the master. This scene was caught by the master, who glared at the flower, causing it to retract in a panic. The master silently walked over to Nam Thursday. At that moment, Nam Thursday was still focused on making the medicine, unaware of the approaching beast. Just as he was delighted that the medicine was finished, the master hugged him, biting his nape. Nam Thursday, embarrassed, pushed him away, begging the master not to do this here. Hearing this, the master was very happy, carrying him into the room. The master couldn't wait and quickly acted, the rune on his forehead becoming very clear, and similar marks appearing on his back. It seemed that tonight the little disciple was in for it. The next day, the little disciple woke up exhausted, and the master had already disappeared. On the peak of Van Nuy, the master was once again attracted by the spiritual energy of the place. As the protagonist appeared, the master stood under the cherry blossom tree, reminiscing about the previous night's full moon, feeling that he had slept more comfortably than usual. The protagonist quickly approached the master, delighted to see him still alive, silently vowing not to let the master die again. The protagonist immediately started acting spoiled with the master. The master was puzzled by the protagonist's behavior, as they had only met a few days ago. The master placed a mountain flower in Nan Khan's hair, telling him not to be naughty. Nan Khan mischievously stuck out his tongue, knowing that it had been a long time since they last met. At that moment, a few bird feathers flew by in the sky. The master looked in that direction, seeing the little disciple descend gracefully like an immortal, beautiful beyond words, making his heart flutter. Nam Thursday landed safely, seeing the master lost in thought. Nan Khan wondered what the master was looking at. The master told him that his senior brother had arrived. Seeing Nam Thursday, Nan Khan enthusiastically waved and greeted him. For the first time, Nam Thursday saw the main character of this world. Most of the novel's content is used to describe this protagonist's appearance, and his personality before and after reincarnation is very different. Seeing Nam Thursday being able to control birds, Nan Khan was very admiring, but at this moment, the master was only focused on the bite mark on Nam Thursday's neck. Ever since Nam Thursday transmigrated into this book, he had never seen anyone's face. Even the author only referred to parents by their titles, but this didn't stop him from loving them. Now, facing the main character, it was the same. He couldn't see the other person's face. The only person in this world whose face Nam Thursday could see was his master Huin Lang. However, just thinking about how his master would devour him completely and then forget everything made Nam Thursday angry. If you have the guts, don't come looking for me on a full moon night. At this moment, Nam Thursday suddenly noticed his master's eyes. Something was wrong. He seemed to be angry again. Nam Thursday looked at him doubtfully. The master, seeing the marks on Nam Thursday's neck, misunderstood that Nam Thursday already had a partner. The master approached, his eyes still fixed on Nam Thursday. Being pinned by this gaze, Nam Thursday felt a bit panicked. Why did he always look at him with that expression? But now, all the master's attention was focused on the unmistakable marks on Nam Thursday's body, and he even thought about locking him up. Nam Thursday quickly covered his neck with his hand and changed the subject. The medicine is ready. Hearing that the senior brother had developed the medicine, the protagonist was very interested. While Nam Thursday was rummaging through the medicine, the two people in front of him kept staring at him, making him flustered. Moreover, these two people were not just looking but also getting very close. Finally, he found the bottle of medicine. Nam Thursday breathed a sigh of relief. He offered it to the protagonist with both hands. Because he heard that the junior brother was chosen to go to the secret realm for cultivation, Nam Thursday developed this medicine for him. Additionally, there was a lot of space in the bottle, hoping the junior brother wouldn't mind. Nan Khan received the bottle very courteously and said, "Thank you, senior brother," which made Nam Thursday a bit embarrassed. Moreover, since he arrived, the master's eyes had always been pinned on his neck. After giving the medicine, Nam Thursday quickly excused himself, saying he had to go pick herbs and fled. The master watched Nam Thursday's departing figure, hesitating about whether to let him go. He didn't know what excuse to use next time to meet Nam Thursday. So the master called out, "Nam Thursday, stop." Hearing the master call him loudly, Nam Thursday was startled and quickly responded, "Yes," then turned around fearfully and asked, "Master, do you have any instructions?" Because of the bite marks on Nam Thursday's neck, the master's inner demons were a bit out of control. To calm himself down, the master closed his eyes and said to Nam Thursday, "I'll go pick herbs with you." Before leaving, the master repeatedly reminded the protagonist to be careful. Seeing their deep affection, Nam Thursday felt he was really unnecessary here, and seeing the master care about the protagonist made him feel a bit annoyed. The master indeed valued the protagonist very much. At this moment, Nantan noticed that his senior brother beside him was in a daze. He approached and said a few words to him, expressing regret that his senior brother could not go to the secret realm, and comforted Nam Thursday, saying that although he was not chosen, he could still visit the secret realm. But the subsequent comforting words were a bit off, as Nan Khan said, "Even a waste like senior brother can cultivate." Nam Thursday was about to retort when the master quickly intervened, saying to Nantan, "Nam Thursday cannot go." Nam Thursday obediently listened to the master. After wishing the protagonist a successful cultivation, the three of them entered the deep forest to pick herbs. Although the herbs here were abundant, if not necessary, Nam Thursday didn't want to come to this place. These seemingly ordinary grasses, trees, and flowers shouldn't be approached closely. However, this time, with the master accompanying him, Nam Thursday thought that these plants probably wouldn't dare to act up. So Nam Thursday didn't care anymore and happily picked herbs, not noticing something slowly approaching from behind. By the time Nam Thursday realized it, it was too late. When Nam Thursday reacted, his whole body was already entangled by vines and then swallowed by a giant flower. Although this flower was enormous, it had no offensive ability. It just wanted to play with Nam Thursday. However, the master, not far away, was unaware. The master was holding a pair of earrings, hesitating about whether to give them to Nam Thursday. After thinking for a long time, the master still couldn't come up with a reason to give the gift. The master was annoyed and couldn't find a suitable reason. After half a day, he decided to just give it directly. The master cleared his throat, but when he turned around to look for Nam Thursday, he couldn't find his little disciple anywhere. Huin Lang noticed the medicine basket lying on the ground and immediately became tense. The person was just here, and there was no sign of danger around, not even the smell of blood. For now, he could only be relieved that his little disciple wasn't injured. In an urgent situation, the master immediately transformed. No one had ever been able to capture Nam Thursday under his nose without any trace. Huin Lang used his spiritual power to scan the surroundings and suddenly sensed something. He approached a giant flower. The master looked at the flower in front of him, thinking, could Nam Thursday be inside this? It turned out to be a non-aggressive plant. No wonder he didn't sense any danger earlier. The master cast a spell, and with a pop, the flower opened, revealing Nam Thursday inside. Seeing Huin Lang, Nam Thursday was surprised and asked, "Master, did you come to save me?" Just after escaping the flower, Nam Thursday fell into the master's arms. Fortunately, he was okay, but seeing Nam Thursday's flushed face out of embarrassment, the master thought Nam Thursday was uncomfortable somewhere. Nam Thursday quickly explained, "Master, you're holding me too tight." Hearing this, Huin Lang immediately loosened his grip, but their distance was still too close. Nam Thursday felt hot, almost steaming, and quickly turned his face away to hide his embarrassment, making the hickeys on his body appear and disappear. Seeing these marks, the master became furious, thinking, how intense was it to leave so many hickeys? The master tried to control his anger, and at this moment, Nam Thursday also noticed that the master's expression was not right. He didn't know what he had done to upset the master again. Suddenly, the master reached out to help adjust Nam Thursday's clothes, then smoothed Nam Thursday's hair, finally satisfied, saying, "You look much better now." Hearing the master call him, Nam Thursday immediately looked up, but because of his quick movement, his hair tie suddenly fell off. At this moment, Nam Thursday, with his hair slightly disheveled, exchanged glances with the master, both of them looking at each other. Nam Thursday blushed once again, while the more the master looked at his little disciple, the more mesmerized he felt. The atmosphere seemed somewhat unusual. If he continued to stare, the master feared he might not be able to restrain himself. So he closed his eyes, out of sight, out of mind. The master instructed Nam Thursday to continue picking herbs. Time passed, and the sunset spread across the sky. The master looked at the hair tie in his hand, almost unable to resist earlier, while Nam Thursday, not far away, happily picked herbs. Huin Lang worried that he might cross the line with Nam Thursday in some way. He silently prayed that if anything did happen, Nam Thursday wouldn't leave him. The sun had nearly set, and Nam Thursday had finished gathering the herbs. Huin Lang affectionately looked at him, watching his little disciple approach happily. Unconsciously, Huin Lang smiled as Nam Thursday, holding a basket of herbs, joyfully showed him the various herbs he had collected today. The master handed back the hair tie, tying Nam Thursday's hair, saying he had just found it. Nam Thursday, a bit surprised, thanked the master. It was time to go back, but what surprised Nam Thursday was that the master returned with him. They arrived at Nam Thursday's usual spot, which was beautiful and very quiet, free from disturbances. Thinking that the little disciple might still be bathing, the master felt a strange sensation, but quickly realized he was thinking inappropriately. The master hurriedly patted his face to regain composure and tried to distract himself by sitting cross-legged, beginning to scan the area for any other presence. He couldn't sense anyone else besides the two of them. The master wondered if Nam Thursday's supposed lover had concealed his aura, or perhaps this person had cultivation equal to or higher than his own. Thinking of this, the master grew more furious. Huin Lang took out the earrings he had prepared as a gift for Nam Thursday. He placed the earrings on his forehead and began a spell to turn them into his eyes, to watch over Nam Thursday and see who this person really was. However, he realized this wasn't quite right and thought it would be better to lock Nam Thursday up, but worried that this might make Nam Thursday dislike him. On the other hand, Nam Thursday had finished his bath, but without clothes to wear, he had to don the outfit his mother had left him. Feeling it wasn't right to leave the master waiting outside in the dark and cold, Nam Thursday dressed quickly and went outside to find the master. His hair still wet, he tied it up casually. For some reason, Nam Thursday felt nervous. It seemed this was the first time he was alone with Huin Lang in his normal state for so long. Nam Thursday was curious about how many other forms the master might have. If given the chance, he would carefully check the book again. Nam Thursday brought some food to the master. Seeing him arrive, the master only glanced briefly before turning his eyes away. Nam Thursday set the food on the table, telling Huin Lang that since this place rarely had visitors, he only had some fruits. Nam Thursday asked if the master wanted to come inside, but the master said it was fine outside. The truth was, the master feared that if he went inside, he might not be able to control himself and do something the readers would enjoy. Hearing the master's words, Nam Thursday couldn't help but express his thoughts, saying there was nothing good about this place. Realizing Nam Thursday felt the place was dark, the master immediately took out a glowing stone. Nam Thursday, sitting opposite, was puzzled, while Huin Lang couldn't believe that he was using his cultivation to do something like this to make Nam Thursday happy. The next moment, the glowing stone began to float in the air. Nam Thursday watched in awe, and the master no longer avoided looking at him directly, staring intently at Nam Thursday. Seeing Nam Thursday's wet hair, the master couldn't resist calling out to him. When Nam Thursday turned to look, the master created a warm wind to dry Nam Thursday's hair. Nam Thursday closed his eyes, enjoying the warmth. When he opened his eyes, he felt completely relaxed, touched by the master's concern. Nam Thursday felt unexpectedly warm and gentle, remembering the times when the master lost control and embraced him. Just then, Huin Lang asked if there was any wine. Nam Thursday, surprised, asked if the master wanted to drink wine. The master, not understanding, assumed there was no wine here, but Nam Thursday informed him that there was and went to fetch it. Nam Thursday found it strange because the book mentioned that the master never drank wine. As Nam Thursday went to get the wine, the master breathed a sigh of relief, feeling incredibly tense, almost losing control because of Nam Thursday's scent. When Nam Thursday returned with the wine, Huin Lang eagerly took it and drank. Nam Thursday watched curiously, as it seemed the book couldn't be trusted. The master was indeed drinking. Nam Thursday also drank a glass, finding it surprisingly good. But on the other side, the master's reaction was entirely different. He immediately spat the wine out. Nam Thursday quickly showed concern. Even though the master's face was scrunched up like a dried plum, he stubbornly claimed the wine was good. Huin Lang drank the wine to calm himself. The master then became curious about why the plants wanted to attack Nam Thursday. Nam Thursday explained that it wasn't an attack. The plants were just too fond of him. Most of them were like that, but a few disliked him. Nam Thursday speculated that perhaps because he was originally an Omega in the previous world, he carried a pheromone scent. At this moment, Huin Lang called out to him again. Nam Thursday looked up to see a pair of earrings held out before him. "For me!" Nam Thursday's eyes lit up at the sight of the beautiful earrings. The master told him that they carried his aura. From now on, Nam Thursday could go wherever he wanted to gather herbs. The plants wouldn't bother him as long as he wore these. After giving the gift, the master urged him to put them on right away. Nam Thursday, a bit puzzled, did as he was told, finding the gift delightful. The master smiled in satisfaction because once Nam Thursday put these on, they couldn't be removed. The master raised his glass, wanting to toast, but couldn't handle the smell of the wine. Nam Thursday, seeing the master's reaction, felt at a loss. "If you can't drink, then don't," he thought, but the master insisted on drinking, believing it would help him maintain his composure. Watching the master drink, Nam Thursday started thinking about the previous indescribable scenes. So he decided to ask the master a question. Why couldn't he enter the secret realm? The master then gave him 3 reasons. Hearing these reasons, Nam Thursday felt frustrated, thinking, "Am I really that useless? Even if I'm not as good as my junior brother, surely I wouldn't be a burden." The master was about to explain, but seeing Nam Thursday's angry expression, he held back. At this moment, it would be better not to speak directly. Nam Thursday remembered that at the age of 7, he joined their sect, and it was only at 16 that he first met his master. At that time, their relationship was not yet that of master and disciple. He only felt strange that he could see the other person's face. The first time he saw someone's face, Nam Thursday couldn't help but ask, "Who are you?" Huin Lang's first impression of Nam Thursday was wondering why there was a child here. At that time, due to some circumstances, Huin Lang had been reverted to a teenage form. Although they were master and disciple, the two did not know each other. When Nam Thursday saw him, 2 thoughts kept repeating in his mind. First, he's really beautiful. And second, I've finally met a normal person whose face I can see. Being stared at by Nam Thursday, Huin Lang felt extremely uncomfortable. Remembering their first meeting, Huin Lang fell into deep thought, as his first impression of Nam Thursday was somewhat negative. At that time, Huin Lang had been transported by a magic array in front of young Nam Thursday. Nam Thursday, originally intending to prevent him from entering the forbidden forest, accidentally touched the barrier that Huin Lang had created. Huin Lang, annoyed, glared at Nam Thursday as he passed through the barrier. Due to some childhood experiences, Huin Lang hated being touched by others. Unexpectedly, he found himself pressing a beautiful person against a tree. Seeing the gloomy expression of the beauty in front of him, Nam Thursday panicked and apologized, saying, "I'm sorry. I just wanted to tell you it's dangerous up ahead." Kids like you might get eaten by the monsters in there. Upon hearing the words kids, Huin Lang smirked coldly. Nam Thursday, undeterred, continued to seriously describe the terrifying appearance of the monster, saying it was a gigantic pig demon. Though its meat was delicious, it was extremely dangerous. Huin Lang ignored him and turned to leave. Nam Thursday quickly followed, suggesting, "How about we go together? It might be safer for the two of us." As soon as they stepped into the forbidden forest, something dark immediately rushed at them. Nam Thursday stood still for 3 seconds.